TikTok, time to rock. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone who's watching from all over the world. It's your friendly neighborhood philosopher, D. Wood here. Shaun King has converted to Islam. He's known by many, many names. Talcum X is the one that took off because he was an activist mainly on race issues, and he claimed for years to be black. And then it got brought up, hey, wait a minute, we checked your records, both your parents are white. Both your parents are white, and you're a pretty white-looking dude. That dude's skin is probably whiter than I am. He claims that his mother had told him that she'd had an affair with a black guy, and that was his real dad. And his white dad that he grew up with and was on his, listed as his parent and so on, was actually not really his dad. And so he was indeed black. He was indeed half black, according to him. And anyway, so this guy's been going on for quite a while. And it's interesting because most people seem to know him and understand him as a scam artist. This live stream is not really about Shaun King. It's about this bigger problem that's going on in the world of Dawah. Namely, you've got the avalanche of apostasy. Islam is crumbling from within. This is sending lots of Dawah guys and so on into an absolute panic mode. And like someone who's like drowning in a storm, they're just clinging to anything. They're just clinging to anything. And this is the latest example of what they're clinging to. So this is the latest example of what they're clinging to. So the big ones in recent times have been Andrew Tate, sex trafficker, webcam pimp, accused of rape. Sneeko said a bunch of messed up stuff. He was talking about, well, you could check the clips on the stuff he was saying that got him kicked off of YouTube. But Sneeko starts getting kicked off social media, and shocker, well, he converts to Islam. And that brings us to the most recent edition of this same thing. Shaun King spends years grifting, scamming, scam, lying. Does this for years, gets exposed over and over again, then recently gets kicked off of Instagram, where he had his huge following, gets kicked off of there. And then what does he do? Converts to Islam right at the beginning of Ramadan and makes sure that he makes a very big spectacle of it, and then instantly launches his new speaking tour and fundraiser. Very, very, very interesting stuff. Let's go ahead and check out our new Dawah champ. His Shahada video. Here we go.
Do it in Arabic and then we'll do it in English. Say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasul Allah. I bear witness that there is only one God, and that Muhammad is his final messenger. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Congratulations, brother. You can pass the mic now to Ray.
Now they've got the three greatest men of our generation. They've got Andrew Tate, they've got Sneeko, and now Shaun King. They've got them all. That's the trifecta. That's the trifecta of trustworthiness, right? All right, so let's go ahead and check out some of the reactions. Khaleesi says, breaking, Shaun King, the activist who, with nearly 6 million followers, was banned from Instagram for exposing Israeli war crimes. Really? You get banned for exposing Israeli war crimes? I mean, I see people exposing Israeli war crimes all day. They say, look at these Israeli war crimes. It's a genocide. It's an ethnic cleansing. It's apartheid state. They're just going around just brutally murdering little kids left and right for no reason whatsoever. I see that stuff all day, every day. Some reason he got banned for his powerful voice. Has embraced Islam along with his wife on the first night of Ramadan. That's interesting. just happened to embrace Islam on the first night of Ramadan in this very, very hectic time. That is very interesting. Very, very interesting. But let's check out some of these. So that's Khaleesi. Dilly Hussein of 5 Pillars. Delighted to hear the news that Shaun King and his wife have accepted Islam. Allahu Akbar. Welcome to Islam, my dear brother. And there's Dilly Hussein and Shaun King in the studio. Derek says, this is Red Pill Muslim. I've had a lot of problems with Shaun King in the past. So in the past, what problems did you have with Shaun King in the past? That he's a grifter and a scam artist and a con man? I've had a lot of problems with Shaun King in the past, but alhamdulillah, since he came Muslim, all his past sins are forgiven and he's now a brother of mine. Doesn't mean I won't call him out if he's wrong. May Allah accept him and his wife and keep them on the straight path. And this is another concern right here. So you, as a Muslim, you would want to say, yes, if this person has converted to Islam, his past sins are forgiven. What if the overwhelming majority of this guy's past sins are all scamming people, are all using situations to his advantage? What if his past sins are constant compulsive lying and manipulation? What if that's the case? Well, what you'd want to say as a Muslim is, if this guy is sincere, then we believe that his sins are going to be forgiven. But you'd want to say, hey, maybe we need to keep our eyes on this guy for a while before celebrating, because we do not know. We do not know if he's sincere. If a guy has spent his entire life being a scam artist and then says, hey, I'm a Muslim now, right here on the first day of Ramadan, you might want to pull back a little bit. You might want to pull back on the reins a little bit and make sure that this guy's sincere. And you'd do that by watching him for a long time. If he instantly starts going for attention, then okay, not looking good for him. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And now we get into some of the people who are a bit suspicious here. Some people are a bit suspicious. And I mean, this has the Palestinian flag up there. Love this Instagram post for calling out the grifting behavior of Shaun King and Khaled Beydoun. It's disgusting. These two non-Palestinians indulge in trauma porn and are trying to profit off a genocide against us. Wow, 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 wow. Someone saying, hey, this genocide is against us. They use all the pictures and video clips on their social media channels to their advantage. To their advantage, not to our advantage, to their advantage. So this is someone who actually can see what is going on there. This is Andy No. Breaking. BLM hoaxer Shaun King and his wife have converted to Islam. King identifies as black and previously identified as a Christian pastor. He regularly uses his large social media platform to threaten people. In 2018, King falsely accused a white man, Robert Cantrell, of being the racist murder suspect of a 7-year-old black child named Jasmine Barnes. King posted the man's photo and name to his 1 million followers. Cantrell later committed suicide. A black man named Larry Woodruff murdered the girl. So a guy who had nothing to do with it ended up getting harassed, him and his family threatened, until he committed suicide. Here's Bosch Faustin, the cartoonist and winner of that cartoon contest, that Muhammad cartoon contest back in the day. He says, Shaun King, the white communist who identifies as black and has identified as a Christian pastor, is now identifying as a Muslim. He thinks joining the most violent group on earth will make others identify him as someone who shouldn't be mocked when the mocking has only begun. Uh-oh, this looks like Bosch thinks that Shaun King is going to be mocked even more for converting to Islam. But I have to say, so if you're a white communist who identifies as black, and you can just identify as whatever you want, I mean, you can gorge yourself with food all day and identify yourself as fasting. So what would be the problem? Words just mean whatever you decide that they mean at any given moment, apparently. That's how Dawa's working out recently. Ralph Leonard says, this isn't going to be the beginning of a genuine spiritual odyssey. Instead, it marks the next stage of King's career as a performative activist. That's a good description of him. Performative activist. He's an activist, but it's a performance. Air says, Shaun King converting to Islam doesn't excite me in the slightest. This sounds like from a Muslim, I guess. Shaun King converting to Islam doesn't excite me in the slightest. That man is a con artist and is hopping from community to steal from. Been Muslim for one day and is already promoting iftar dinner for $60 per person when masjids do it for free. Scamadan on day one is crazy. I like that. That's a play on Ramadan. Now it's Scamadan. Scamadan. The Scamadan Bamathon. Brendan here says, Shaun King converted to Islam for Ramadan on Sunday. He's already selling tickets to Muslims for iftar dinner Friday. So he converted to Islam on Sunday, and he's already selling tickets for an iftar dinner with him on Friday. I was never comfortable calling him Talcum X, but no issues calling him Osama bin Laden. And that seems to be the name that is sticking most that I've seen, Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden. Olivia says, breaking, Shaun King has decided to pretend to be Muslim in addition to pretending to be black. And as we pointed out, he needs to just go ahead and pretend that he's a Palestinian. And finally, look, guys, because these are on different days. So the top tweet was on March 10th, right when it circulated that Shaun King had converted to Islam. And then the follow-up tweet was the next day. So this was March 10th when it was announced, and then March 11th. Look at this. So the top tweet is, if I see one Ramadan fundraiser from Shaun King, I swear. So she hears... And notice this channel. This is Support Palestinians. This is a pro-Palestinian channel. This is a pro-Palestine, want to help Palestinians, want to help the people of Gaza, want to help the kids, want to help the women, want to help the civilians. This is a channel that's all about that. So obviously, you would be glad to have all the help you can. She sees Shaun King go over there and recite his Shahada, converting to Islam. And she says, man, I better not see a Ramadan fundraiser. I see, notice, this is exactly what I said. A person who converts to something, it can be completely sincere. Or it can be a total grift. How do you know? Well, you'd have to look at where the person goes with this. So she actually puts a little test here. As soon as she hears Shaun King converted to Islam, she posts, if I see a Ramadan fundraiser from this guy, then what she's saying is, hey, if he converts and then he just goes about doing his thing for a while and learning about Islam and becoming a better and better Muslim, okay, maybe I'll give him the benefit of the doubt here. But if all of a sudden this guy starts talking about iftar dinners and stuff like that, whoa, my goodness. And then what happens the very next day? So the day after she says that, $120 uncensored iftar tickets. Oh, that took no time at all. Yeah, that was very, very, very quick, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Just in case Shaun King becomes a new poster boy for Dawa, wanted everyone to have a little bit of info because, again, if you were following certain issues on social media for the past few years, you have an idea who he is. Some of you haven't been following those issues and wouldn't have any clue what's going on. So hopefully you know who you're interacting with here. And yeah, if he starts getting thrown around as the new poster boy for Islam or for Dawa, then you have a good idea of where to go. And it's pretty funny. You can apparently just go to Twitter and start looking up what people are saying about him. But also at the same time, long term, we do want to help our Muslim friends. They are being manipulated by their religion and they're shaking. In other words, don't just think, hey, here's a Muslim. I disagree. He disagrees with me on all this stuff. He says all sorts of mean stuff and he wants to subjugate the world and he's just hopelessly evil, bad guy. That's a guy who's been manipulated for a long time. He's been conditioned. It's similar to like Stockholm syndrome with some of these guys. They've been conditioned to think in certain ways. And as much as you want to think, these guys are, it's just hopeless. It's just hopeless with some of these guys. No, not hopeless. And it's kind of never an option for me. It's kind of never an option for me because anything you want to say, this guy was violent, this guy was messed up. Yeah, so was I. And I got a second chance. So I want nothing but the best for any of these guys. You take your most evil, sick people in the world. You could be a Hamas terrorist up until his dying breath. I want nothing but the best for him. Keep in mind, because everyone always misunderstands this. When I say I want nothing for the best, it doesn't mean I want no consequences for anything. No, what is the best for a Hamas jihadi? The best thing for him is for him to realize it, like son of Hamas, to learn that he's wrong, to turn away from those things. And in these cases, go turn yourself in. So that's what I would want. Up until a Hamas jihadi's dying breath, I'm hoping for the best for him because I got a second chance. And I would hope these guys would change their minds, realize what they're doing, turn themselves in, take whatever punishments are coming at them, and throw themselves at the mercy of the people they have wronged. All right, everyone. So again, no ill will towards Shaun King or any of these other guys beyond the fact that they are some obvious grifters. Hope that they turn away from that. But if they don't, and manipulators usually don't, manipulators usually will not willingly stop manipulating. They only stop manipulating when manipulation stops working. So, one, everyone here, all of you who are watching, you need to become what are called hard targets. Hard targets, meaning a manipulator starts messing around with you and realizes this is not working. This person knows my tricks and they're not working on this person. You want to become a hard target and you want to help other people become hard targets. And that, I am sad to say, is the only hope I see for the future as far as it depends on us. As far as things we're doing in this world, there is so much manipulation and deception coming at us from every single possible direction, constantly, all day, every day. I do not see any way forward for civilization apart from people actually catching on to this and becoming hard targets. If we don't, we are, as the French say, les doomed. Catch y'all next time.